Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is August 7, 2021. I want to cover heavily shorted stocks and how to benefit from it. So with that, let's look at major news on heavily shorted stocks, and let's also look at 100 heavily shorted stocks and how to spot these heavily stocks. We'll talk about how to spot them and look at some of these charts and see what are the good candidates to buy right now. So with that, let's jump in and get started. So here are 20 heavily shorted stocks. As you can see here, top of the list we got WORX SCWorx, and price is $3, very cheap price, and short float is 57%. And then you got Allied and RCON and so on and so forth. As you can see here, I have sorted these stocks. Stock with the highest float short is at the top, and it's in the descending order. I like many of these stocks. We will cover them in a little more detail and look at some of the numbers and see what's good to buy at this time. So with that, let's jump in. From a major news perspective, we got a stock called WORX here, WORX, and this is a software solutions play. They're into management of healthcare providers. Their fundamental applications. So if you're a healthcare provider, you need software from WORX. So very cheap price right now, $3.22, and according to Investor Place, this might be a good stock. This might cause a short squeeze. And as you look through the charts, this is in a short squeeze. Stock started to go up on a heavy short ratio or short volume. So I think this has some more room to go. Right now it's already in a short squeeze play. And next is AHPI, and stock is $8.24 right now, and they're into manufacturing respiratory products in use in the healthcare industry. Think about respirators that are required for folks to breathe, especially during the COVID-19 type problems. And with that, this stock according to Investor Place, this could be one stock that we should buy. And stock is pulling back after a short squeeze. So if you're buying this, you need to have a little bit longer time frame here. You could slowly accumulate this stock. It's $8.24 right now. And then we got RCON. It's into hardware, software, and on-site services to the companies in the petroleum mining and extraction industry. It's in People's Republic of China. I think with the energy, and oil doing well, this stock could be a good one to buy at this time. And they also announced a cooperation with G7 IoT Empower Logistics. And stock has dropped a lot of late. So because stock has had a huge drop, now it's consolidating after the huge drop. This could be a potential short squeeze candidate, especially because it's got a high short ratio. Then we got Workhors. Everybody knows Workhors. They're into designing, manufacturing, and building battery operated electric vehicles. I think this company, according to Zacks, this is a good one. This can do well. And also looks like, this according to Tip Ranks, this is one of the 5 EV stocks with a bullish outlook. And as you look through the chart, I think this is good to accumulate. Stock is consolidating and potential for a short squeeze. As you know, many of the EV stocks have been consolidating for a while. With the high short ratio, candidates like this one, Workhors, could be a good candidate for a short squeeze play. And then you got Blink Charging. Everybody knows Blink Charging. Also, this company owns, operates, and provides EV charging components and network. I think this company is also good, and Joe Biden's infrastructure bill can help this company. And it looks like they're deploying charging stations across green light communities in Arizona. Stock price is $33.87. I think this stock has more room to grow. And right now it's good to consolidate or good to accumulate. Stock has been consolidating for a while, and I think there's a potential for a short squeeze here. And next is we got here a cloud infrastructure platform for real-time programmatic advertisement. It's a PubMatic, ticker symbol PUBM. It's got a high short ratio, as you all know. Stock has been consolidating, for a while, and now it's going up. I think PubMatic PUBM is a good candidate at $33.97, good to buy. Next, we got support.com. It's one of my favorite stocks. As you can see here, it's a provider of customer and technical support solutions through home-based employees. And stock price is at $7.13. They expand technical support capabilities to meet the rising demand. At this time, it's a good to accumulate this stock. Stock is going up after a huge drop. There is a good potential for a short squeeze. Next, we got one of SPAC stock here, DermTech. They report a Q2 loss, and they topped the estimates. Stock is at $36.45. They're into molecular diagnostics, and they develop and market novel non-invasive genomics tests for skin cancer. As you all know, skin cancer is one of the leading causes of death. If treated early, this can really, skin cancer can really go away. This company is really helping on the skin cancer awareness and also treatments. Stock is a very good buy at this time. Stock is going up after consolidating for a while. There is a very good potential for a short squeeze. Stock is at $36.45. Then we got Poshmark. Poshmark, they're announcing expansion in India as a part of continued focus. Stock is at $35.01, and they have a social marketplace for new and second-hand style products in United States, Canada, Australia, and they're expanding, as you can see here, into India also. $35.01. It's good to buy right now. Stock is down and consolidating. It's in a trading range for a while. I think there's a very good potential for a short squeeze, especially there is some positive announcements, and stock has been consolidating for a while with a heavy short ratio. And then we got Big Five Sporting Goods, BGFV. It's increasing its dividend, and they also reported a blowout number, but guidance is tad low. That's why stock came down. It's into sporting goods retailer in Western United States. They help you with the shoes and all the sporting goods. And as you can see here, the investors and Wall Street did not like their guidance. That's why stock came down. At this time, it's good to accumulate. Stock is down and consolidating. There is a very good potential for a short squeeze here. Next, we got a SENS Senseoni Holdings, SENS, and it's a great stock. They're into molecular technology, medical technology, and develop and commercialize CGM, continuous glucose monitoring. As you all know, there are big players in this market like Dexcom and Tandem. I think this is a smaller play here, but they seem to be doing pretty well. At this time, according to this news item here from Zacks, looks like they're still flat as market gains. So this could be a good candidate to really buy some, accumulate, wait for a short squeeze. Right now, it's good to accumulate. Stock is down and consolidating. Earnings is coming up on August 9. If the stock can give some good news, if company can give some good news, there's a very good potential for a short squeeze here. Next, we got Riot Blockchain, RIOT. And as you can see here, off late, Bitcoin cryptocurrency stocks are going up, and this company is into cryptocurrency mining in North America, and stock has been going up after dropping a couple of weeks ago. It's a very good to buy on pullbacks. So with that, now let's jump into some of these stock charts and look at some numbers and see what makes sense to buy right now. So as you can see here, I got here 25 heavily shorted in this stocks in this page, and all these stocks are sorted by short ratio here. Company at the top, which is WORX, has got a highest short ratio, and from there it's a descending order. As you can read through this chart here, pay attention to a couple things here. First is the stock price and the market cap. I've highlighted the stocks with a lower market cap, below $100 million. As an example here, we got WORX $30 million market cap, AHPI 33. All the stocks which are below 100 million I highlighted in red, so that way be a little cautious because these stocks can be manipulated easily. Market cap is very low. And then I also have here insider and institution transaction that tells you what are the insiders doing. If an insider is selling, you got to be a little cautious, and see why they're selling. Is it good to buy at this time? Sometimes insiders could be selling for legitimate reasons, for example, lockup expiration. But other times, if the stock is tanking, insiders are selling, or if stock is going up and insiders are selling a lot, you got to be a little cautious here. And I also have institutional transactions, meaning are institutions buying into the stock. If stock is down a lot, if the insiders are buying, institutions are buying, that's a great sign. You should hop on board and buy some at the time. And then we got sales here. I pay very close attention to sales. Always look for candidates with good sales growth here. Especially look for 1 year and quarter over quarter positive sales growth. If it is double digits, great. Otherwise, look for positive sales growth. And next is gross margin. Very important. Look for double digit gross margin. And great candidates are one where quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin is greater than 40. That meets rule of 40, as many of you know. Then we got net margin here. Many of these early stage companies have got negative net margin. But there are some companies, as you can see here, PubMatic, it also has a positive net margin. Those are the great ones to look at. But right now, I would not worry too much about net margin because companies tend to like to grow at all expenses. Look for gross margin and sales growth, very important. Then we got debt to equity ratio, tells you if the company is taking too much debt on its balance sheet. For example, here, Big Five, little higher debt to equity ratio, and SmileDir, huge leverage on the balance sheet, and even MicroStrategy here. They got huge debt. It looks like if they have a lot of debt, they're buying bitcoins and playing Bitcoin game here, even though they're a software provider. So with that, let's jump in here. Then we got RSI. RSI tells you, is it good entry point? If RSI is below 55, it's a good entry point. Stock has been selling off. But if RSI is above 55, be a little careful. There is no hurry to buy a lot. If you want to buy a little bit because there is a good fundamentals like quarter over quarter growth, 1 year growth, and nice gross margin, you can buy. But understand stock can drop a little bit and come to a better entry point. Then you got price to sales ratio. The ones which are in red here, they're a little bit expensive. That's why I highlighted them in red. But the ones which are in black, they're okay. It's not too expensive from a valuation perspective. Then we got here 1 day, 1 week, all the way to 5 year sale, 5 year performance. The reason I put all this performance here is really sometimes a stock can go up a lot in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, even 6 months or 1 year. But if you look at a 5 year trajectory of the stock, if it has done nicely in 5 years time frame, that tells you this stock has got a staying power. It's not a one trick pony. That's why I added a 5 year performance also here. That helps you to filter out strong candidates which you can really buy. And then we got percentage from 52 week high. It tells you how much this stock is down from 52 week high. Typically, you don't want to buy a stock at 52 week high unless you have got very good conviction about the stock and you know more about the stock. So with that, let's jump in here. I've highlighted few stocks for you to look at here. As an example, as you look through here, we got RCON Recon $3 stock. As you scan through here, RSI is 38. That tells you it's oversold at this time. It's in a buy range at this time. And as you scan through here, nice gross margin, I like it. There is no sales growth right now. It's a negative sales growth in 1 year. But as you see here, institutions are buying a little bit, not too much. That's a good sign. Insiders are not selling. That's also good. And from a performance perspective, and short float is very high, as you can see here, 36. And as you scan through here, even though it's sold off in 3 month and 1 month, showing some strength in 2 week, 1 week, and even 1 day. That's why I think it's a good candidate here. It's showing some strength in the nearer term, even though it's sold off in the little bit longer term. This it tells you stock is turning around at this time. That's why it's okay to buy RCON, even though it's into energy industry, helping on the technology side for the energy companies in China. Next, we got the Blink charging. I think we talked about Blink earlier. Blink is a good one. As you can see here, institutions are buying Blink. 6% institution transactions, meaning institutions are buying it. And they got some sales, which is very less, 7 million. And there is a good sales growth. If you look at quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin, that's beats the rule of 40. It's more than 40, as you can see here. And as you scan through here, RSI is 53, tells you can buy mildly at this time. It's okay to buy at this time. It's below 55. And as you scan through here, short float is 35%. It can really cause a short squeeze. Valuation perspective, a little bit high valuation, 100 plus. And as you see here, even though it is sold off nicely in the longer term, 6 month, 3 month, it's showing some signs of improvement in 2 week range here. That's why it's a candidate for a short squeeze here and a short squeeze play. And then we got PubMatic, one of my favorite stocks here. Stock has been down a lot, as you can see here, 59%. As you scan through here, nearer term, 1 week and 1 day, it's showing some strength here. And RSI is 42, tells you stock is oversold. That's why it's a good one to accumulate. I've been accumulating slowly. I think it's a good one to accumulate. One thing to watch out here on PubMatic, as you can see here, insiders are selling PubMatic. That's why it's taking some pressure. But institutions are buying, but slowly. Then you got Vinco, BBIG. As you can see, a $2 stock. Institutions are buying Vinco at this time. That tells us there is some confidence from institutions about this stock here. As you see here, the sales growth is negative at this time. That's why you got to be careful. Buy cautiously. Don't buy huge quantity. But because sales growth is negative at this time, gross margin is good, 28%. Does not satisfy rule of 40, as you can see here. And as you scan through here, RSI is 40, tells you stock is oversold. And as you scan through here, stock has been dropping off all along. So the reason I highlighted this stock is mainly because BBIG has got institutions buying. There's good support from institutions, even though there is no sign of short squeeze at this time. That's the reason I highlighted this company. Next is support.com, $7 stock. I like this company. It helps with the customer support for home-based employees. As you can see here, insiders are buying slowly. Institutions are also buying slowly. Sales growth is negative. That's why it's fundamentally not strong at this time. But I think nice gross margin here. And RSI is 56, tells you can buy cautiously. Don't need to back up the truck. Little bit above my 55 RSI target, but it's okay to buy slowly. Stock sold off pretty hard 2 weeks ago. And right now, as you can see here, stock is trying to recover. Last week, stock sold off. This week, on Friday, it's trying to recover. And it has done nicely, as you can see here. Nice performance. Still down 24% from 52-week high. Then as you scan through here, we got a couple more here. Even I like DermTech. Right now, DermTech has a RSI of 55. You can buy cautiously. Only reason I did not highlight is stock has been going up nicely in 1 week, 2 week, and so on and so forth. That's why DermTech is good to buy on a little pullback. I think stock will do well. If you want to buy some, it's okay to buy at this time. And then you got Poshmark here. Poshmark is into it's a relatively new IPO into new and second-hand clothes. They got a nice social media platform. As you can see here, RSI is 34. Stock has been selling off. Insiders are selling the stock, probably some lockup expiration, but institutions are buying the stock. That's why it's a good sign to buy Poshmark. As you scan through here, there is no sign of improvement, in the nearer term. Even though there is no sign, by looking at insiders buying slowly, insiders are selling, institutions are buying. By looking at institutions buying, we can also buy slowly and consolidate and accumulate. Then we got a couple more here. Big fives also okay to buy. Right now RSI is 58, showing some strength in the nearer term. It's okay to buy big five at these levels. And then we got SENS, as you can see here. Nice performance in a quarter over quarter time frame, but right now sales is very low. That's why performance is showing up as a huge number here. Institutions are buying. That's why it's a good sign to buy the stock along with the institutions. Stock has been doing good in the near term, even though sold off in the longer term. That's why it's a good one to buy and hold. So you can apply similar methodology. I will probably touch on one or two. I think you get the idea. Look for the stocks with a little bit lower RSI below 55. Look for some strength in the nearer term, and also look at what insiders are doing, what institutions are doing. For example, MicroStrategy institutions are buying the stock at this time. RSI 65. That's why it's good to buy on a pullback, especially because stock has gone up recently along with the cryptocurrency stocks. And then we got here Romeo and MMAT, Clover and Lee. All of them are good to buy at this time and wait for a short squeeze. As I scan through here, Romeo looks like inside institutions are buying. Meta, same story, institutions are buying, and Lee also same story. I think even Meta has gone down a lot of late. Right now showing some strength. It's okay to buy some Meta at low stock price, as you can see here. But right now I don't see any sales, but I think you have to wait for a while. We got one more page here. Apply the same methodology here so you get the idea. I like the stocks like Nikola at this time, even though fundamentally it's not strong, as you can see here. If you're looking for a short squeeze, as you can see here in one day on Friday, it's showing some strength here, even though it's sold off pretty heavily in the longer term. Insiders are selling, so that's why you be cautious, because stock is sold off recovering. You could buy some stock even though fundamentally right now it's not strong. We got a couple more here. Calon, same story. As you can see here, institutions are buying a little bit stock here. It's got a nice sales growth. I think fundamentally this company is okay, nice sales growth, and it's got a little bit more debt on the balance sheet. As you can see here, short float is high. Stock has been selling off of late. I would buy some Calon at this time and accumulate slowly. I've highlighted a few more here. You can look at Rite Aid, GPRE, Inseego. Looks like this has been trying to recover slowly. Right now RSI is 56. I would buy Inseego on any pullback. I'd been accumulating this stock on the pullbacks. I think it's a great one, a 5G play. I love Fastly also. Fastly dropped off pretty hard last week. Nice sales growth, and RSI is right now RSI is 24. That tells you stock is completely oversold. I would buy some Fastly. It showed some strength in one day on last Friday. I think it's a good one to buy and accumulate. And then you got Wayfair, Solo. As you can see here, Wayfair, I think stock sold off of late, trying to recover now. I am accumulating Wayfair into this downturn. I think this company will do well. They have done well time and again, even though they crashed at times. And then we got Solo here. Solo, as you can see here, institutions are buying the company right now. Very low stock price. Stock has been selling off hard. I would buy some solo. This company also does very well, surprises us once in a while. As you scan through your Innoviz, right now, as you can see here, institutions are buying Innoviz. It's a $8 stock. RSI is 48. Innoviz is also a good one to buy. Stock has been selling off late, but in 2 week time frame, it's showing some strength. I know many of you might be owning Innoviz. I think at this time, it's okay to buy, especially because institutions are buying Innoviz. All right, so let's jump in and go into next page here. We got a couple more stocks, same methodology. We got UAVS, SPCE, this is Virgin Galactic, Sir Richard Branson's company, Hyliion, and Fubo, and so on and so forth. Same methodology. Look for strength in the nearer term. Look for insiders buying or institutions buying. I think those are the things that you can look at. And last but not least, look at RSI. If the RSI is below 55, you got a good entry point. And look for fundamentally good companies with positive sales growth and positive gross margin if possible. Otherwise, look for pure short squeeze candidates which are improving in the nearer term, even though they've sold off in the longer term. Next, we got one more page here. Same methodology. I've highlighted a few stocks here. Lucid, Lucid is a good one. I think $23 stock, high short ratio. Stock is trying to recover after a small drop here. I think it's a good one to accumulate slowly and go from there. This is touted as a Tesla killer with the luxury electric vehicles. We'll see how it does. Then we got BGS and a couple other stocks, Funko, Chewy, Ping, and so on and so forth. Same methodology. Take a look at those. I would buy these and accumulate slowly. I also like Groupon. Groupon, stock fell pretty hard, as you can see here. At this time, institutions are buying slowly. I would buy some Groupon also into this weakness, along with even Jumia is one of my favorites. I would accumulate Jumia into this weakness here. So next, how do we trade these heavy? How do we trade heavily shorted stocks? I got some, quick cheat for you. Look for the stocks that are oversold. RSI is less than 50 or even 55 that matter, and recovering the shorter term, 1 week or 2 week. And look for stocks consolidating for a while and showing some signs of bullishness. Sometimes they had a huge drop. Now they're showing some signs of bullishness, and they're going up. So that's that's one of the tell that tells you the stock is trying to turn around. Look for high short ratio. All the stocks I've highlighted have got high short ratio greater than 10%. Look for insiders or institutions buying the stock. That tells you there is some conviction with the bigger players and insiders about the stock. And if you want to buy the stock, you're not one of those person who will look at the stock day in and day out. Look for fundamentally good companies. For example, we talked about Fastly and Wayfair. Some of these fundamentally good companies, you could buy some on this weakness and high short ratio and hold them for a while. And look for insiders and institutions buying. I think we talked about it already. And also sometimes look for secular growth stocks which are down on a bad news. It could be a biotech stock, bad news on a FDA approval, or it could be a technology stock down because of some bad news. Look for those type of stocks which are down big but showing some strength in the nearer term. So with that, now let's look at some charts here. As you can see here, WORX, which is the first one here, heavily shorted. It's showing some strength already. It's already in a short squeeze play. So I would not buy at this time, mainly because RSI is 59. But if you want to play anyways, don't buy too much. Buy a little bit, especially because it's got a nice move, as you can see here, from $2 to $3.50. It's okay to buy because it went as high as you can see around $4 or around $5. So it's okay to buy a little bit, but I think most of the short squeeze has been played out to some extent. You are coming in in the middle of the range here. Then we got AHPI. As you can see here, this stock had a short squeeze. Now it's coming down. So as you can see here, RSI is 61. So what I would do is really wait for stock to come down a little bit, then slowly accumulate. I would typically like the RSI to be 55 or below. That's why it's good to wait a little bit. Stock will come down to that level. As you can see here, around 650, there is a good support level, or even 550 also, there is a good support level. I would buy this stock at those levels. Then we got here WORX Workhors, WKHS. As you can see here, huge drop, consolidation, went up, now drop, consolidation. So stocks like this, it's showing some consolidation here, and there is some positive news around EV stocks. And as you scan through here, RSI is RSI 38 completely oversold, and as you see here, insiders are selling slowly, institutions are also selling slowly. So stocks like this, I would buy some at this level against the conventional wisdom, because as you can see here, drop, went up, drop, consolidation. Next pattern could be stock making some good move on the positive side and squeeze some of these short sellers. And then we got Blink here. We talked through this a little bit. Positive sales growth. I like it. And as you see here, similar story. Stock is giving you good opportunity to jump in and buy. Right now, it's in a consolidation pattern, showing some strength. I could see, stock kind of trying to make its way higher. As you can see here, we got some nice trend up slowly. You could almost see it. So that's why, because it's been consolidating after the drop, I could see the stock going up. And next is PubMatic. PubMatic, as you can see here, nice gross margin, and stock has been trying to go up of late after two big drops. Right now RSI is 42. I would buy some PubMatic. I think it's trying to go and turn around and go up at this time. Next, we look at a couple more charts here. We got EVFM. As you can see, a stock dropped big, consolidating right now. And you could buy some of this very low dollar stock, as you can see here, just 81 cents. I typically don't play too much of this penny stocks, but if you're into penny stock type game, you could buy some. If your time horizon is a little longer, I think you can play the game here, especially because it's a heavily shorted. Same story, best Chinese stock here, trying to show some progress in the near term. Could be okay to buy a little bit low dollar stock, as you can see here. And we talked about BBIG Vinco. I think it's also a good one. You could buy some, especially because institutions are buying Vinco, and I think this will slowly go up, as you can see here, because institutions are buying the company. And then we got support.com here. I think this one RSI is 56. You could buy slowly. I think some of the short squeeze already happened here. That's why you could buy slowly, but typically buy on the pullbacks. We got AEHL, as you can see here, Antelope, $3.70 stock. This is one of those stocks. I think it went up a little bit. Right now RSI is 59. I would probably wait for a little pullback before I jump in and buy. Probably good level to buy is around $3 and maybe 10 cents, 20 cents type range. Then you got Derm Tech here. Derm Tech is a good one. It's into cancer, skin cancer. 55 is the RSI. I would buy a little into this weakness and hold it for a while. Fundamentally, I think it's a good stock, as you can see here. Nice sales growth. Then we got a couple more here. Poshmark, it's showing some positive news. Stock has been sold off pretty hard. Right now it's in a kind of a trading range here. As you look at the stock here, insiders are selling, institutions are buying. I think this one is good one to consolidate. Any good news, stock can go up. And we got big five here. As you can see, your stock went up, came down. Right now it's in a consolidation range or a trading range. I would buy some at these levels. And as you see here, Institutions are buying slowly, insiders are selling. RSI is 48, oversold at this time. Some progress or bullishness in the shorter term time frame. And we got SENS here, and this one is also a good one. It went up, came down, went up, came down. Now trading range at this time. And as you scan through here, RSI is 51. Even now it's a good one to buy, showing some strength in the nearer term, as you can see here. And we got a couple more here. Ride right now, as you can see, your stock is kind of accumulating here. Insiders are selling, institutions are selling. There is no positiveness here. If you want to buy some, you're basically, you're buying with the conviction. There is no fundamentals here, but I could see stock going up, because it's down so much and there's a high short ratio. Any positive news, stock can go up slowly. Then we got AEI. As you can see, our stock has been dropping off. It's a $1 and very low dollar stock. This one, if you have a longer time frame, you could play, but typically I would focus on a little bigger fishes to fry versus this one here. I like Riot blockchain. It's into crypto, as you all know. Right now, stock has been doing some progress in the nearer term nicely. RSI is 59. I would buy this company on any pullback. As you all know, crypto market is very turbulent. Crypto always makes some news, goes up and down. I've been accumulating this company along with BT and Marathon when the Bitcoin stocks are out of favor. I think that's how to play these Bitcoin stocks like Riot blockchain, BT and Marathon as example. Next, we look at next slide here. We got a couple more here. SmileDir, Clovis Oncology, and MicroStrategy. As you scan through here, SDC, as you can see, a stock has been not doing great. I think at this time it's okay to consolidate slowly. And Clovis Oncology, as you can see here, similar story here. Stock has been consolidating. It's okay to buy a little bit and keep accumulating this one too. And MicroStrategy, on the other hand, right now RSI is 65. I would wait for a little pullback on this company to accumulate. This company gives very good swings because it's tied to cryptocurrency. Ocugen is, as you can see, is trying to go up at this point. RSI is 54. You could still buy Ocugen slowly because RSI is below 55. Stock has been doing nicely in the nearer term, as you can see here. Then we got HRTX Heron Therapeutics. Fundamental perspective, negative sales growth, nice gross margin. I like that. Stock has been selling off, but you could buy some of these companies. Sometimes these biotech companies, they can go up on any positive news. Even though stock chart is ugly, you could buy some and accumulate slowly. Then we got Romeo. Romeo, as you can see, a stock has been in the trading range for a while. I would buy some against conventional wisdom and hold for a while. Don't back up the truck and buy a lot, but you could buy some and hold for a while. All right, so if we look at next, I think we are done. Thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe. Thank you.